Hello there students, how are you? Hope so all of you are fine. Students, today our topic is to discuss about earth structure and its composition, and we will talk about the three layers of earth and what is the composition of these three layers. So be with me. I will also describe it briefly. So let's start the lecture. If you are new here, kindly subscribe our channel. Okay. First of all, the uppermost layer of Earth is called crust. It is the outermost layer whose temperature is approximately at 70 degrees centigrade. Okay, that temperature is enough to melt a rock, and the thickness of the crust is 40 to 70 kilometer in continent like America, Africa, Asia, for example, and it is 5 to 10 kilometer thick in the ocean basins. It's mean ocean basin like Antarctica, such type of things. And crust is basically composed of rocks and that contains magnesium. Sorry, that contains aluminosilicates enriched. So I will also write here aluminosilicates, aluminosilicates. So about the density of this layer, the density of this layer is approximately 2.8 gram per centimeter cube. Actually, the crust of Earth is made up of three kinds of rocks that are known as igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. So the next layer will be the mantle. But before going to this layer, there is a boundary between crust and mantle. What is that boundary? That boundary is known as Mohorovic discontinuity or Moho. In geology, the word discontinuity about the boundary is used for a surface at which seismic waves charge velocity. So about the mantle layer, it is approximately 2,900 kilometer thick, but it also contains further subtypes, we can say, that is known as upper mantle transition zone, and the next one will be lower mantle. So we will describe it briefly here. The upper mantle layer will be 400 kilometer thick, and it is composed of iron and magnesium silicates. It is a composition. This upper mantle is composition of iron and magnesium silicates. And within the upper mantle is a zone called the asthenosphere. The asthenosphere is a zone of weakness. The zone from about 400 kilometer transition zone. I'm talking about transition zone. The zone starting from 400 kilometer to 670 kilometer thick. That is called transition zone. In the transition zone, the minerals which make up the upper mantle undergoes a process called phase transition, in which they change in structure and form other atomic arrangements. So the third one subtype of mantle layer is lower mantle. So about lower mantle, the lower mantle state is starting from 670 kilometer and 2900 kilometer thick. Hope so. I know, it's my apologies. My writing is not so good because I've also wear gloves, so that's why. So be with me, but it's my apologies. Okay. So about lower mantle, the mantle below 670 kilometers is called the lower mantle. The lower mantle may consist of magnesium, silicon, iron. Unlike the upper mantle, this region does not change much in composition or phase as it gets deeper. It is denser than the upper mantle due to the increase in pressure. So these are the two types of Earth's structure, we can say. The first layer is crust, the second one is mantle. And now we will talk about the third layer, core. The last layer is called core. So this layer is separated by further two types of, or we can say subtypes. So these two types are called liquid outer layer and solid inner layer. So the outer core is 2300 kilometer thick and the inner core is 1200 kilometer thick. So we will write here 203 2300 kilometer thick, and the inner core is kilometer thick. Okay, the outer core is composed of nickel iron alloy. Hope so you know about alloy. Alloy is just a composition of two metals, we can say, two elements, we can say. While the inner core is almost entirely composed of iron. The inner core is composed of iron. There's a point that you should note that outer layer is liquid and the inner layer is solid. Why this layer is solid, we will talk about it here. Okay, the pressure at the center of the earth is extremely high. It is because of this extremely high pressure that the iron in the inner core can remain in the solid state despite the very high temperature. The earth is separated into two layer basins on mechanical properties. In addition to composition, the topmost layer is the lithosphere, which compose the crust and solid portion, and the second one is asthenosphere. So the total Earth's internal structures length is, you can say, 6378 kilometer thick. So that was the lecture of today about Earth structure and its composition. If there is any problem or any question about it, so you can write, you can ask that question in comments. So at last, if you have not subscribed our channel, kindly subscribe it. So thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.